G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle, and today I want to first apologise because I don't have my usual microphone, so you're stuck with my headset mic. Um, but really I want to talk about fluff in 40k and how they can improve for me personally. Now, I'm on Lexicandum at the moment, and that's just a 40k blog. 40k Wikipedia type thing, wiki. There's plenty of these you can go to. But the specific one I picked is Lexicandum for this. Now, there's a battle that happens in Millennia 31, the Iron Cage. Happens after the Siege of Terra. Now, what is the Iron Cage, I hear you ask? Well, after the Siege of Terra, Guilliman wants to... He's now got the biggest legion by far, out of the Loyalists, and he wants to break the legions into the codexes. And this is as the Scouring's going on. Rogal Dorn is vocally against this. He's like, no, fuck you. I want to keep a legion. My legion and I, we're going to go out and kick some ass. And Guilliman does want to come to blows with him over this almost. It's pretty crazy. But, he doesn't. So, away goes Rogal Dorn. And Rogal Dorn's like, oh, Perturabo made a fortress on this planet. I'm going to go take this planet from him. Oh, Perturabo's there. Even better, I'm going to capture Perturabo. Perturabo, however, wanted this. He set up a fortress, and it was one of the most powerful fortresses ever created by the legions. Now, this fortress on the planet of... what's it called? Sebastus IV. This fortress is just kilometers and kilometers of mines, bunkers, dugouts, weapon emplacements, all the fortifications you can think of. It's basically the Western Front, World War One. And Rogal Dorn's like, we're siege specialists, we're going to take it from Perturabo. And Rogal Dorn even boasts, I'm going to bring Perturabo back in a cage of iron, hence the name, the Iron Cage. So Perturabo is sitting there on this planet, Sebastus IV. The Imperial Fists, led by Rogal Dorn, arrive, and they land on the planet, and his legion fight their ass off. They break through the fortifications into the very center. They've fought like 20 kilometers through, like 15, 20 square miles of bunkers, and they fight through it all. They get to the very center, to the keep, to the castle in the middle of it all. And Dorn is like, yes, we're going to capture Perturabo. He gets to this keep. No one's there. And then he realizes he's been trapped. He's ambushed. Perturabo has him surrounded, and all the fortifications that Dorn fought through are all pointing back inwards against him. The Imperial Fists just start getting gunned down. They got Iron Warriors on all sides of them. The Iron Warriors, their whole job is just reloading and shooting. That's all they have to do. They're in bunkers. The Imperial Fists, they're in the open, in the kill ground. They're getting slaughtered thousands and thousands at a time. They're even using their own dead comrades' bodies as bunkers to protect themselves. They're just piling up the bodies to create pathetic walls to protect themselves from the fire. And this goes on for days, and it just breaks Dorn. Psychologically breaks him. And this is deliberate on Perturabo's behalf. He wanted to commit to Dorn all the things he felt had been committed to him. The grueling attrition of sieges, the thankless task of the troops, your loyal sons being killed all around you. So Perturabo trolls the fuck out of Dorn and does this. And it gets to such a point where the Ultramarines actually come in and rescue the Imperial Fists. Yeah, I know, bit of a Matt Ward moment. Perturabo, though, he's had his fun, and he pisses off. Sebastus IV is a nothing planet. The only reason he fortified it was just to do this to Dorn. And in recognition of his amazing powers of Troll, Chaos actually turned him into a Demon Prince, the combined powers of Chaos. So it's a win-win all around for Perturabo. Dorn, though, just shattered by the experience, he turns around and agrees with Guilliman and breaks up the Imperial Fists, what few are left, into chapters, as penance for his failure. This is great fluff. Why is this great fluff? Well, let's compare this same situation with 40k currently. If we put Robuta Guilliman in this same situation right now, he would break through to the center of the fortification, find himself surrounded on all sides, and then he would pull the Martian. He would science the shit out of it. He would be like, okay, here's what we got to do. Here's our tactic. We're going to fight through. And they would figure out how to get out of there, and they'd fight their way clear of the bunkers, and they'd win the day. And that's the problem. You need to lose. Instead of just throwing challenges at Guilliman, like Magnus the Red coming out of a fucking webway portal on the moon, or something lame like that, put him in situations that are traps, where not only is he put in a situation where he's actually in a battle that he can't win and has to be rescued by someone inferior, put him in a situation where his much vaunted Primaris Marines are just gunned down around him, where just whole battalions of them are lost, where at the end of the day, nothing at all is achieved by their sacrifice, just a total troll, like the Iron Cage. This sort of thing is what 40k is lacking right now, because Guilliman is not being put in those situations. He's doing just fine. And you don't want that. You need your characters to be imperiled. And because they're not imperiled in 40k currently, people are not really into the fluff. The gameplay is separate, and I mean, I'm not saying nobody's into the fluff. There are people who are fine with the direction the fluff has taken. I'm not one of those, and there are a lot of them on this channel. People who think that the fluff is just terrible. There are those who think it's great, and that's fine. I'm not telling you what you can and can't like. But for me personally, and for those people who agree with me, this fluff is terrible in comparison to what we've had in the past. And there is no reason they can't write good fluff. It is just time and laziness. If you're trying to smash out stories, you go for the old cliche thing. Oh, Guilliman's a great tactician, therefore he will tactic his way out of any problem. And that's bad story writing. In 30k, Guilliman makes a lot of mistakes. If you read the Horus Heresy novels, he puts himself in situations where he could very well be killed for no gain. In No Fear, he is stuck on the outside of his ship in the void and wants to continue fighting even though it's killing him. And his soldiers are saying, you need to get inside the airlock. You need to get back inside the ship. At any second you could die out here for no reason. You have gained nothing fighting out here. And he sees eventually, yeah, okay, they're right, and he does it. He almost gets killed in the Unremembered Empire. Spoilers if you haven't read the Unremembered Empire, but an assassin team is shooting at him when he's unarmored, and he's unarmed as well. 10 Marines trying to kill a Primarch, and they very nearly do it. He's all shot up, needs to actually be patched up by medics. They're not even sure if he's going to survive, because he gets so fucked up. He fails as a Primarch, and he can fail as a Primarch. Primarchs are fallible. They're the greatest of humans, with the worst aspects of humanity in them at the same time beneath the surface. You know, Guilliman is arrogant. He's arrogant, confident in himself. Someone like Magnus is the perfect sort who should have led him into a trap. Like, the Thousand Sons weren't going to assault Terra on their own. That was the stupid story plotline. Oh, there's a webway portal to the moon. Come on, Games Workshop. That was the best you could do. The sort of thing Magnus should have done was trick Guilliman into attacking a planet which had rebelled against the Imperium or some such, or invited him there in open friendship, and then hidden cults of Tzeentch would rise up against him, perform rituals to summon demons of Tzeentch, and he would be assailed by Tzeentch magic. Things like that. That's the sort of trick that Magnus would pull. Being a Tzeentch demon prince, being a master of deceit, of lies, of psychic powers, that kind of thing. Magnus should not have followed him through the webway, through some convoluted scheme, and then tried to one-on-one duel with Roboute Guilliman. That is just terrible on so many fronts. So, this is all I'm asking for, Games Workshop. Put Guilliman, put your Space Marines in situations where they actually can, even if they don't lose, if they just gain nothing, where everything is just a total what for. Just a no-name planet, and they go there going, we're going to kick all the ass, and then they just cop heavy casualties, and it's like, you kicked no ass, and you lost a bunch of troops for it. Don't you feel silly? Humble them. And until you do that, people will not re-engage with your fluff on the level they did 10 years ago. Sorry, it's the way it is. And I'm not saying everyone's not going to engage with you. There'll always be some who will give you a thumbs up no matter how bad your writing is. The people who made excuses for Matt Ward's 5th edition codexes. Who went, yeah, this new Necron stuff where they're just space emos is great. Oh, this new Grey Knights fluff where Drago carves his name into Mortarian's heart. Yeah, that's just great. You know? Like, there are people who will always like something Games Workshop does. There are also people who will always hate stuff that Games Workshop does. On this channel, I'm stuck in the rock and the hard place where I could try and please either of those factions. I could be a total yes man going, yeah man, Games Workshop's great. I could be a total negative Nancy. No, everything they do is shit. But that's not this channel. This channel is trying to give you opinion pieces. I'm not going to say they're unbiased. There will always be some kind of bias. I'm just trying to tell you, like, critically, what I think problems are. I will also tell you what I think's good. There are whole videos dedicated to things I think are good. But they're not the majority. They're in the minority because good things don't need changing. They're good already. So we want them to continue down the path they're on. It's the things that aren't so great that we need to focus on. Because if we can improve those things, then fuck, you're going to be onto something great. And that's how I feel. Like, I'm fine with Primaris Marines. I really am. I just think there's a few things in the fluff that could be touched up and that they would really connect on that next level. Until then, though, I'm just going to paint the models. Make it with the outer circle. Love to hear thoughts and feedback, and I'll see you all next time.